Tune in, turn up, the clock's ticking fast. Crypto secrets from the future and past. Magic got the spark, Dave's got the flow. Right in the blockchain, wherever it goes. The Crypto Magic Hour, feel the power. Counting coins as we print every hour. VV Magic, Dave's on the scene. Crypto dreams in a digital gleam. Oh yeah, the Crypto Magic Hour.
The Crypto Magic Hour. My God, it's so good. All our intros are just fire. I'm sorry, like we have the catchiest ones. I can't choose. It's like how do you choose your favorite kid? How do you choose your favorite intro? I don't know. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Magic Hour. Magic, what's up?
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy
Bear with
Monday.
me. I'm getting feel like I'm getting a little bit sick. I got a sore throat and insomnia again last night. So starting off the week, great.
Oh, amazing. Are you gonna blow your nose at some point on the stream?
I was panicking during our intro because I was like, oh shoot, I did not get a tissue.
Oh, okay. All right. So you might get a best theme song this side of the Mason Dixon. What in the world?
Okay.
All right. Sure, Max. For sure. Let's go. Adrian, what's up? John, what's up? Shout out to the sLINK fam. Millie, thank you for the red carpet. Very, very much appreciated. That was super cool on Twitter Spaces. Batman, what's up? I like how Millie put first, but there's like 7 comments before him. You know, sometimes it is what it is.
If you start your numbering at like 8, then yeah.
It's fine. Magic, how was your weekend? Any news? Anything new other than you not sleeping, insomnia, blah blah blah? Like, what'd you do?
Same old.
Did you adopt any horses or what?
No, I'm still waiting. The cat people ghosted me. I'm still waiting. But
you got ghosted by the cat people?
I got ghosted.
That's messed up. So they're not bringing the cat. They were like, hey, we got a cat for you, but psych, we don't got a cat for you?
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear. It wasn't, I wasn't old enough to be adopted out yet. So I'm hoping they're just waiting until it's old enough and then I'm going to hear back. Hi, Uni.
Wow.
Yeah. But I went on a hike and got caught up around the house and watched some movies. And it was a nice low-key weekend. What about you?
It was chill. It was good. Kind of relaxed. I didn't get too many steps in, so I took Bubba on like really long walks last night and this morning.
There's a first battle.
For what is going on? Who do they think they're first for? Like, are they just?
I don't know, but I think it's going to be one of those days with the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Sham, what's up? I don't know. John, shout out to you. Happy Monday, bro. Appreciate you being here. I like that we're bringing some communities together. You guys see our little branded thing. Am I pointing in the right direction? Or is this?
No, opposite.
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Oh, on my screen it showed. So it's like, imagine this, which isn't here on my screen, right? I guess it is here, right? Am I like this?
I mean, it's over on my side, but
yeah, I know. But like, you are on this side, on my side. I'm just like you're here, right? Like you're this way to me. I see you here.
Oh,
it's magic. Camera magic, ladies and gentlemen. I actually didn't know this when I did the wall chain, the quack stream last week. Like when you put banners, you have to invert them for the camera. Like I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, okay. So I have to put like my name and everything like the other way. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm like, I should have learned this in 8th grade is what you're saying, right? Yeah. Convex lenses and concave. Yeah. Anyways, but I'm excited. I'm excited because we actually have the sLINK founder is actually going to be here today. We are going to walk you guys. I don't know if Ninja actually might pop through. Magic, if you remember, we did a whole thing on TatorTrader like way back when, right? Mm-hmm. On what TatorTrader is. Obviously, it's come a really, really long way since then. But this is going to be our first ActionFi campaign, and people are probably like, what the fuck is ActionFi? Like, we have no idea. And in its simplest terms, ActionFi, if you guys remember InfoFi, right? Like InfoFi is, quack on the timeline, like promote all this crazy stuff. And then, hopefully you get paid when there's like a TGE or like a token generation event, and hopefully you can get paid. This is not that. Like this is verifiable, like on-chain action. So you do things like swap, hold, send, right? Like you could do a bunch of different things that are actually on-chain as well as socially, meaning like on the timeline, like, hey, Tater, send, BV Magic $10 in sLINK, right? Or send her 50,000 sLINK tokens on Solana. And now you're doing kind of the social component, but we can verify that on-chain because there's an actual blockchain transaction. So it's the combination of the two, plus a whole hell of a lot more. And what I want to do today is kind of just walk through. I want to introduce people to sLINK, right? Because they're sponsoring the show today. Shout out to them. And introduce you to the founder. And then when he's going to be on in about 5 or 10 minutes. And then once you guys are familiar there, I want to walk you guys through kind of like all the different data points. We're gonna nerd out a little bit today so that you guys can see all the different data points that Tater actually has for the. You're like, ooh, ooh. Listen, we got to be nerds a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like we get paid. We got to be nerds. But yeah, just to kind of show you guys like how does an ActionFi like campaign actually like transpire? Like it's going to be 30 days. How does it actually how does it work? What does it look like? And what you guys need to be aware of, because there's almost $20,000 up at stake for these rewards. So it's really cool. So people actually get a chance to earn like real dollars. And this isn't like fake, crazy, like Fugazi dollars. It's real. Oh, he's here. By the way, I've known this man for literally almost 2 years now. This is my first time on a video chat. First time. Yeah, so it's like a first date. How do I look? Do I look okay? Is everything good? What? No, magic. No. I don't. Anyways,
I'm on backstage. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. Yo, Said, what's up, bro? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me, man. I'm loving that nickname, bro. sLINKO. Nice.
Bro, I'm trying to keep, ever since there was a little craziness in Mexico, when they clipped El Mencho, I was like, you know what? Every week there's been like a different one. So this week I figured like sLINKO,
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Sorry, man, I'm late. I've got a parrot here and I've got crazy things going on, man. So
oh my God.
Please excuse the parrot.
It's a bird.
Okay. This is really
Dave is a bird.
This is really interesting.
His name is El Chichi.
El Chichi? I love that. So
no, Chichi.
Chichi. That's amazing. So wait, you don't know this. So Magic is like an avid animal lover, but I think birds might be the exclusion to like because we were actually talking about this last week. Magic, what did you say? You're like, oh, cats, horses, this, that, but birds?
I don't do birds.
Why?
Because I find them very hard to read. Like I never know if they're gonna like be friendly or try to like poke my eye out.
once they get to know you, then they're friendly. They're okay, but they're actually not easy to manage. So yeah, cats are the easiest, I think, to manage.
What else you got? You got any other pets that we should be aware of?
I've got 4 cats and two African tortoises, like big ones, and a dog.
A tortoise. Where do you keep a tortoise?
Outside.
You're not allowed to cook me now.
They like the heat, and the UAE is pretty warm, so
they're just tortoises just walking around in the backyard. Like, is there water, like a pool? Like, what's like what?
Yeah, well, they have a large water where they can have a bath and drink water. We give them food regularly. Chi just pooped on the table. God damn it.
God, this is why I love this space. You never know what you're gonna get every day. Like, if you guys are bored, I'm sorry, you're just not paying attention. Like, we're literally on Crypto Magic and he's like, oh shit, my parrot just took a shit on the table.
I didn't say the S word.
Right, it's fair. Well, I mean, you can't curse here because we're streaming on Magic channel. This isn't like ATC in the spaces, so we have to have a little more. Magic runs a very, very tight ship, so we have to kind of Definitely. Somebody asked, what's the tortoise's name?
The tortoise's name is fudge cake? I can't remember now, but what was it? Man, I haven't I haven't hung out with them for a while. So
It's Tortoise
they
1
were
and Tortoise
they were
2.
kids in my first line. I'll figure it out. I'll remember before we finish the show. So.
Yeah, that's fair. That's amazing. I mean, yeah. Well, I was gonna say tortoises, torti. How do you say plural of tortoises?
Tortoises.
Tortoises.
I don't think it's Torti.
Torti.
No,
I don't know. It's just I throw the I onto everything. That's amazing.
So what's happening here, man? What are you guys? What's
Chilling,
on the
bro.
agenda here?
Yeah, bro. Listen. First off, like, I mean, obviously, thanks for coming. I think it's awesome that you're here. Obviously, maybe just kind of give people kind of like an intro into you, into who you are. Obviously, we've been on Spaces forever, but Magic Hour has a different audience, right? Like the basic, this audience is like beginner, kind of like in crypto, right? Like experienced, right? They're not advanced. They're like kind of in the beginner intermediary stage. So I think at the end of the day, like I just kind of want to introduce your experience, and then we can obviously jump into maybe some sLINK stuff. And then I want to show people kind of the whole TatorTrader ActionFi campaign and platform that we got cooking that's coming up. So give us the intro, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to connect, Magic. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So a little bit of background on myself. I've been in the crypto space since the last 9 years, since the end of 2016. At the time, I sold all my real world assets and put it all into Bitcoin. And then from Bitcoin, I started the angel investing in a lot of projects. And then I co-founded the first regulated crypto VC fund in the UAE. And through that, I kept on kind of investing early stage in crypto projects. And I've been an advisor and a director of several projects over the years. And back in 2018, I invested in Securitize, which is going to be doing a NASDAQ listing sometime this month or next month, hopefully. And that was the RWA narrative. They wanted to tokenize real world assets back in 2018. Obviously, that was like way too early. Fast forward to today, and that market is really kind of exploding. If you look at the numbers year on year, it's been phenomenal growth of real world assets on chain. So I wanted to kind of create something which would give access to the regular people out there to be able to access like a real world asset, like the shares of a company that only institutions and high net worths and funds have exposure to. Obviously, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, and so on are partners and backers of Securitize. So this is an opportunity for people to kind of get exposure without having to do KYC and so on, because I've gone through the process. And then at some point, we will link the sLINK token to the Securitize SECZ shares. I know Carlos, the CEO of Securitize. I've known him since 2018. We're really close friends. And they are going to tokenize their own shares. So at that point, once they tokenize their own shares, then you'll be able to kind of convert from sLINK token to the SECZ security token. But yeah, I mean, sorry.
You have a good cheerleader there.
Take him away from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I've got 9 years of, before I got into the crypto space, actually, I should mention that I used to work in Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the largest global sovereign wealth funds. So I've got a really good kind of fiat system, monetary system background, and an eye on what institutions and large financial institutions actually look at, including BlackRock and so on. So I've known them for a long time. I've had relationships with them through ADIA, and I'm using my kind of traditional finance experience and my crypto experience to kind of create my own project, which is just trying to like level the playing field, really, because when it comes to RWA and tokenization of real world assets, it's only the institutions and the high net worths that have access and exposure to it. But now there's something where actually, if you have a crypto wallet, if you have a Solana wallet, you can just go and get exposure to it. Obviously, there's an element of trust that myself as a person, I would kind of actually go through and transfer ownership of those shares to the token holders. And that's going to happen at some point. But on chain, I'm actually showing my commitment by locking up tokens that I bought on the market and showing people that I'm actually committed to this and I want this to be a success. And after all, it's an experiment, but so far it's going really well. And I'm really happy with how we've been building the community organically. I think having the right community and getting the tokens over to the right people is really important. So even though I took majority control of supply, I was very transparent in picking up supply and burning supply, and then also like openly sending tokens to people that I've seen that are really engaging with the project and really are showing interest to the project. So I want to get the tokens to the right hands. And, with your help, Dave, obviously, you've been an amazing support. Thank you, Magic, for having us to kind of put the message out there. But I would really encourage everybody, like in the community, in your community, to really just understand what the RWA narrative is, to understand what Securitize as a company is, to get to know me as well as a person and as a founder. And I think once people get to understand all of these three different elements, then the project should be a success, hopefully.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, and I'm glad that you're here. Like, I love the face-to-face, right? Like, this is our 51st show. So for us, like, we're on live stream all the time, right? Like, our faces are out there. And I know, especially given like in this environment, right? Non-docs founders, I just got rugged friggin' 2 weeks ago from like non-docs founders. You know what I mean?
And this project wouldn't work if I didn't dox myself, by the way.
100%.
Even when I'm doxed, it's really hard to build trust. But at least when you're doxed, you have a little bit of a better chance to kind of get through to people and let people get to know you too.
Because if there's any sort of like trust element in something where it's just like, hey, is he going to link these shares? I think that like in and of itself is like, here's my face, right? Like, this is who I am. Here's my name, right? Like, you can actually put that towards something, right? And Magic, you know this all too well, how we were like in the VV community. It's like every time somebody ventured out into the crypto wilderness, it was like, who's getting rugged from this, like from this project, from that project? Who are you holding accountable? You don't know. And like for us, like in the VV community, right? Like, which is like a lot of like our listeners, and we have a bunch of different ones, but our core community, like we've built over 5 years, like literally 5 years, 5.5 years, I think at this point. And it's always, we're meeting up in real life, right? Like we genuinely know each other, and these relationships are important and pretty much everything to us, which is why we've stayed so close. And I think probably the most powerful community and one of the closest ones, like here on crypto Twitter, even though they're NFTs and it's digital IP, like the community speaks. And I think that's the reason why VV has also kind of been able to thrive. So community is really, really big. Magic. Community and VV, second to none. It's show and tell. We got. If Bubba wasn't
asleep over that. Who's that? There you go. Ginger. Is that a fellow ginger fellow? Yeah.
What is that? Is that like a tag, Magic, in case he runs off, so you could like locate him?
Yeah, she's really naughty and she sneaks out the door and runs up the tree, so it's an air tag.
Oh, interesting.
What's her name?
Nice.
What's her name?
Her name's Ollie. We thought she was a boy, and so it was Oliver.
Yeah, I thought Ollie. She looked like a boy, but
yeah. Interesting. Is this the one that scratches you up all the time?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. This cat makes an appearance. This cat makes an appearance every single magic hour on the top of the screen. Typically, like literally, cat on the hot tin roof. It's just like beep, 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 all the time.
Yeah.
I've got one right here, like down. Let me see if I can grab her.
Guys, go get your pets. Share your pet pictures in the comments.
She's so lazy. She just falls asleep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Her name is Masa. She's a girl too.
Say hi, Masa. Crazy cat people. Oh my god.
This is fun. This is my favorite part.
Oh gosh. Cat people. All cat people are crazy. Do you know this, guys? Do you understand? You're all crazy people. All right? Get a dog.
We're crazy in a good way.
Yeah, I guess maybe
exactly.
That's fine. I guess that's fine. But yeah, let's maybe kind of talk about kind of token. When we say tokenization, maybe for everyone that's here, I think people kind of hear the buzzword a lot, say, but they don't really know like what tokenization actually means, right? Or how it kind of relates to them on a day-to-day basis, right? Like they don't see like USDC or USDT as like a tokenized version of money. So I think it'll better help them kind of understand what the opportunity is here, because what Securitize actually does, which is kind of what's linking these two tokens and kind of understanding what tokenizing something means, I think is a big deal. So you maybe want to fill some people in there.
Yeah, so you touched on USDT and USDC. That's like the biggest kind of market at the moment for real world asset tokenization, because ultimately what USDT is or USDC is that it's backed by the US dollar, right? So there's an asset that's backing the token. But then like as an everyday example, let me just say, like, for example, if you have a car that's worth $1 million, and I'm talking about like maybe like classic collectible cars as an example. You have that sitting in your garage. You don't really drive that kind of car on an everyday basis. So that's money like lying around and not doing anything and not working for you. So what you could do is you could kind of go to Securitize or any other tokenization platform and tell them, hey, I've got this asset that's worth $1 million. I'd like to tokenize it. How much would it cost? What is the process to doing so, et cetera, et cetera. But instead of yourself actually going out there and figuring out how to do it and how to like do every single element that's required, whether it's tech, whether it's legal, compliance, or whatever it is, that platform will happily kind of, once you make an agreement with them, they take a fee from that, from your assets value that you're tokenizing. They take care of everything. And then after a period of time, that asset becomes on chain. And once that asset is on chain, if that asset is also kind of trading on a decentralized exchange, as an example, like Uniswap now you can go on Uniswap as long as you're able to do KYC and willing to do so, then you can get access or get exposure to the BUIDL fund for as little as $100 or $1,000 or whatever it is. So you can tokenize that car, get it onto a decentralized exchange. People can start trading it. People can start buying a fraction of that. And then also what you can do, if people are not really actively trading it, what you can do also, if there is a counterparty where you can put up that asset as collateral, then you can borrow against it, and you actually have money now that you can use to like invest in other assets, right? Yep. So that's kind of the beauty of what tokenization is. It's just simply getting it on chain, making you be able to work that money and put it to use instead of it just lying idly in a garage and not doing anything for you.
Yeah. Stable coins have been huge. I mean, we've seen a massive explosion in stable coins, right? And stable coins are probably the best example of real world assets, just like you said, right? People don't realize that like the entire financial system is moving on chain, right? And in Magic, I think we've talked about this a few times, right? Where we talk about like the stock market and people that are tokenizing equities. And it's like, what does that mean, right? Like now there's just a lot of paperwork that goes into a lot of things, right? Stocks and real estate, when you buy a building, right? Like there's just constant paperwork that is done, back offices that are doing crazy work, extended times that it takes like so long just to get stuff done. But when things are moved on chain, everything becomes a lot more streamlined and a lot more seamless, right? Like stocks don't need to take 3 days to settle anymore like they normally do, right? Like I send you something, you see it on chain, done and done, bless you, and done, and like you see it. Yeah, even though you're on mute. So I think like when we look at like, you know, like, because and I think also maybe to make it relative to Magic, I saw that recently, like Vivi did a like the Vivi coin or something. I saw like some sort of like unboxing. There was like a Vivi coin, right? Like you buy the NFT, like that's another example of like a real world asset, right? Like you own the actual NFT on chain, and then we send you the actual physical asset. You know what I mean? Did you get that, by the way, Magic, or not? Did you show it to us, right? Like on the stream or something?
Yeah, it's right here somewhere. I've got all these coins I'm getting out. Yeah, it's up here on my shelf.
Yeah.
So with the car scenario example, What happens then when the true owner of the car sells the car?
Then the pro rata amount that's due to the token holders will be distributed to them on chain, the proceeds of that sale, right? Once that asset is sold, it's not just reflected off chain where the owner receives fiat for that transaction, but also on chain. Then it becomes, oh, say hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay. Yeah, so that also reflects on chain. So if you for example, if you owned 1% of that car on chain and the owner sold it, then you get 1% of the proceeds of that sale.
Right.
And the owner is obligated to actually like make sure that happens too, and ties in the off chain to the on chain.
Is there a way in which they could like say sell the vehicle, but kind of keep that a secret, like nobody knows, and meanwhile the token is still trading? Or is there like certain, like how would you protect somebody?
They could do that, but the regulator or the compliance or regulator or the platform where they tokenize that asset, they would regularly check in with the owner and to make sure that he actually hasn't sold it. And also sometimes it would be better actually to kind of transfer the ownership of the car not to himself but to an SPV or an LLC or an entity that takes ownership of the car, and then that way that entity is obliged to kind of put publicly that they've sold that asset. But I think once you do that, then you can't really sell it. You decide, the token holders then decide if they want to sell, and if they sell on chain, and then that's their ownership that goes back into the other people that are owning the NFTs of that car. So custody of the asset is important too.
Like where the asset lives, right, Magic? So like in this case, right? So how this kind of maybe all ties together with sLINK, right? So sLINK, like Saeed as a human was an early investor in this company called Securitize, right? And Securitize is one of the big boys right here, right out here in the tokenization like world. And they have BlackRock as a partner, as an investor, and they're going public now, right? Like, so there will be real equity shares, like there will be stock, right? Like that's what he owns, right? Like in this actual entity. And what he's saying is, I'm going to put these shares, right? Like in, let's say, a special purpose vehicle. So like he's going to create an entity that says these shares are here, and the token holders for sLINK are going to be, he's pledging those shares to the token holders, right? Of this coin, right? Like this sLINK coin. So that means that, hey, whatever the number works out to, whatever proportion you have, he's going to say you have a right, like from like if you own sLINK, eventually you're going to be able to convert that sLINK into a specific number of those. I think the ticker is SECZ, actual equity shares, because those shares themselves are going to be tokenized. So now when you have two assets on chain that are now going to be linked, you're just going to be able to simply just swap one for the other. Now, this isn't possible right now, right? But this tech 100% exists now. We can absolutely do this with other assets. So I want people to kind of be aware. Right now, it is a narrative play, but also like this is why we're kind of hosting all these spaces and doing all these live streams, is so that people can understand where the opportunity is, because they hear the words or the acronym RWA and they're just kind of like, okay, this sounds cool, but like, how do I actually get involved? Like, how do I take advantage of this? And other than just like buying a token for, let's say, like one of these other platforms like Ondo or some of these others, there's really not much for like the average investor. I don't want to say degen, but like just the average like Joe or Jane that like doesn't know much, but knows and sees and reads the headlines that this is something and there is going to be something here. And because this is exploding, what's the projected RWA number like at something like, in the next few years?
So I think at the moment, the current total market size of tokenized real world assets is around $25 billion. And by the year 2030, it's expected to be somewhere between, I think it's like $5 to $20 trillion. And this is like BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, and all of the biggest asset managers expecting it to go that way, because they're planning to tokenize assets that are worth that. It's not them just guessing it. It's all these large asset managers. They're coming together and saying, okay, how many of our assets we're going to tokenize? What's the value of that, and by when can we do it? And they already have a roadmap. They all have their own roadmaps into how they're going to tokenize their assets, which assets they're going to tokenize. So they're starting with the most liquid assets. The most liquid assets are the easiest to tokenize. So as an example, stable coins, T-bills, and public stocks, like there was like NASDAQ is now going to be able to kind of facilitate tokenized stock trading, right? So then the less liquid it becomes, the longer a time it needs and the more complicated it is. So then don't be surprised to see private shares, which is in this example with sLINK, it's tokenizing private shares of Securitize, basically. And then you have tokenization of commodities, which is already happening, which is in gold, silver, and so many things. But yeah, they're all expecting it to go there. So numbers-wise, Securitize is in control of around 20% of the tokenization market. So if that market, like the numbers I said, that's like, even if it's $2.5 trillion, that's like 1,000x, right? So it's like that growth is going to be captured by Securitize and also captured by sLINK token holders.
I love it. Yeah. And this is where, like, when you came to me with this, I was just like, okay, people might see it as just like, oh, like meme coin. I say meme coin, narrative coin, call it whatever you want, but like I think there's opportunity, right? Like I have not seen anybody do this like ever, right? Like nobody, like as far as I've seen, and I've been out here for 5.5 rough like or so years. So to me, there's an opportunity here. And you guys see here on the screen that I'm sharing for Securitize, they've tokenized over $4 billion plus in assets. And that's everything from treasury bills, real estate. I mean, you name it, right? Like this is a fully baked out solution, 100% fully registered and all legal. Every T is crossed and every I is dotted, right? They're a member of FINRA, SEC compliant, everything done specifically by the book, the way it was supposed to be done. And they've been at this for a little while. And we're actually going to be talking with one of the co-founders, I think either this week or maybe the beginning of next week, just kind of working out the calendar. But yeah, I don't know. I see this as just it's a very, very different type of opportunity, and one that I guess me personally, like I get really excited about.
And yeah, Dave, when people ask about, is there other options that people can access right now publicly? Yeah. And there is like Canton, there is Ondo, there's Plume Network. There's a lot of different blockchains out there that are focused on real world asset tokenization. But the market cap of those coins is massive right now. So as an example here, if you compare what you're getting into now with sLINK, the value of the shares that I've pledged towards the token holders is right now worth $800,000. So if you're getting in anything below that, then that's like you're seeing that upside when the shares list publicly. But then when the shares list publicly at a valuation of $1.25 billion, I can see that really growing, because the existing shareholders most of them are locked up for 6 months post listing, because this is a SPAC merger listing, and usually there's lockup requirements on the shares. So when it lists, the big boys aren't going to be selling. It's only going to be retail that's buying into this. Yeah. So I think there's going to be huge upside once the shares list as well. And I would hope that the token market cap also kind of matches the actual public listing price of securitized shares. But as I said, it's an experiment. At the moment, the market doesn't feel that it's close to the value of the shares. And obviously, they're taking into account a lot of different things, a lot of different risks. But eventually, as we go along and the trust is there and there's momentum there, then you should kind of see that reflect more closely to the securitized shares.
Yeah, Agreed. And what you guys are seeing here is the chart, and I just put the chart up so you guys can see here, right? Like the actual FDV is 341,000. The shares that he's pledging are literally 2.5 times what this number actually is. But obviously, like we do these streams so that people can kind of get, like we said from the beginning, so people can actually get like more educated on what this is, how this actually works, and like where does the opportunity actually lie? Because some people might look at it and then also say, wait a minute. Well, once we get to 800K or 900K, does that mean that it's like, oh, 1-for-1 type of swap? I don't want people to think that way, where it's like, oh, like that's it, we've peaked, right? Understand, like narrative plays in crypto, like hype drives a lot of things, but also those shares are locked up for 6 months from the time of listing. So the listing isn't going to happen for, let's say, another 30 to 60 days. And then the shares being locked up for 6 months from there. This is a longer play, so you're going to need some patience. I mean, obviously everyone's free to buy and sell whenever they want, but I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see up and down motion, right? We're going to see volatility, but I think in the longer term, for those that are now getting in here or wherever, I think it's going to be a nice little ride where if you can buy and then just kind of put away and just kind of just sit on it for a few months, I think those people are going to be like much, much better off than if you're looking at this every day. And again, you guys know the drill here, right? Like, yes, sLINK is sponsoring the show. Yes, I do own sLINK tokens already for full disclosure purposes. So you understand. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, like who's good? You guys, everyone's free to make their own decision. But our thing here is we want to educate you on the real world asset space, on the tokenization space. And if we could bring you opportunities that, potentially have a shot at kind of doing, a couple of X's, maybe even more, that's what we want to do.
And, Dave, you mentioned about the potential, right? So not only is there potential in the actual securitized shares, but what I'm planning to do as well is once this develops and the market catches onto it and things are going well, then at some point, I'm going to also, like, whatever I have in terms of liquid assets, if I take profits from those, I'm going to put this into sLINK just to show the community that I'm supporting the project fully. And then if there's any illiquid assets that I have, like other private shares of other companies that I've invested in over the last 9 years, and I've invested in more than a few hundred companies over the last 9 years in crypto. So if any of those also show promise, then I can also put these into that SPV that I would create to own the existing securitized shares, and then I can add other assets into the mix. And then that keeps adding more potential value to sLINK as a token as well.
Facts. Yeah, big facts. Magic, are you with us so far? I think it's pretty
Magic's lost.
No, I don't think she is. I think for the most part she's here. She's with us. Yeah.
I'm not entirely found. I'm not entirely lost. If you asked me to tell somebody about this, I'd probably struggle a bit. I think my question is, okay, like you have my attention, I'm interested. How do I get involved?
Do you have a Solana wallet? Go on your Solana wallet, connect it to PumpSwap or Axiom or Jupiter or one of the platforms out there.
Or we could just do it with Tater,
Yeah. I'll send you some tokens, Magic. No problem.
Oh, on the timeline, Magic. Let's go.
I was asking because I'm genuinely like, where would I start? Well, okay. And so like this whole, say I did have $1 million car and I wanted to tokenize it. What's that process like? Like, where would I go to initiate that?
You would go to one of these tokenization platforms like Securitize, but I think Securitize probably they're in high demand. So to Securitize wouldn't look at any asset that's under like $100 million, I think. So as an example, the latest asset they're tokenizing is the Trump Hotel that's going to be opening in the Maldives.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm guessing that's worth a few $100 million or a couple of billion, maybe even. So that's why they're tokenizing it. But there are tokenization platforms out there that are much smaller and they are more hungrier for asset owners, and smaller asset owners are welcome. So you just need to do your research, find the right platform, kind of go to, and they'll take care of everything, whether it's tech, whether it's legal, so that you just kind of just tell them, okay, what do I need to do, and they'll just take you through it step by step, and make sure that you can get on chain in the fastest possible time.
Here you go. I want to be here. Right. So
Yeah.
magic, like this is right. This is the resort, right? This is the Trump resort that essentially what they're doing is like they're going to bring this whole entire resort on chain, which makes, I mean, when you think about like what goes into something like this, on the investment side, it makes it easier. On the management side, it makes it easier. The finances make everything just so much more seamless, easier to function. You can raise money much easier. And they're saying, hey, we're going to tokenize this. Do you want to join this wait list? As in like, hey, do you want to be an initial investor in, or do you want to own a share of this entire property, right? Which is kind of a crazy concept when you think about it, because for the average person, you never were really able to do it. Now, through Securitize, you do have to be what's called an accredited investor, because everything that they do is regulated with the SEC. And what that means is you have to essentially be worth over $1 million, excluding your house, and you have to make over $250,000 a year, $300,000 if you're a married couple. That's what the U.S. government deems as like, okay, you're smart enough to make this investment, which I don't agree with, but whatever. But it's pretty cool. Like when you really look at it, ooh, this is fancy. I want to go to the Maldives. Yeah.
So something like this, wouldn't this basically be potentially, if it's a successful resort, wouldn't that continue to reward the token holders, like
Sure,
when they do reporting and they're like, we had this much revenue?
Yep.
As the asset grows in value, so will your kind of token value holdings, or it should actually. But as long as the market kind of sees that tie and believes in that tie and trusts it, then if the asset value goes up and you're doing a kind of a regular valuation on it, which is an official legal valuation too, by the way, then the market sees that, then the token value would appreciate too. And that's why I'm also kind of really keen on getting a portfolio of assets to kind of back the tokens as well. And I don't want to just limit it to Securitize only. Securitize is just the kind of the trigger, if you like, to kind of get this going, and the highlight. But then there's always other options too.
I like it. I mean, also, I just kind of dozed off for a second because I want to be in the Maldives. I don't want to be in the cold anymore, man. I don't want to be in the cold anymore. You're in Qatar. You're in California. You guys have sunshine and heat and nice things. I don't.
No, we did agree, Dave, IRL, right? We're going to do an IRL event.
Bro, let's go.
Certain market cap, yeah?
Yeah. Bro, I'm so down. I would love in the Maldives. Yeah, that'd be great. Would love
It doesn't have to be Maldives.
I mean, I'm totally down. I absolutely love it. So let's maybe talk about like I saw a new listing today. Let me share this tab. I saw Grovex.
You also have a question.
Oh, what's the question? Sorry.
Steve, by the way, I just sent you some sLINK tokens via Tater. So Tater will help you out with how you can use Tater and what you can do with those tokens as well.
Vivi Cali Collector. I'm on the deck screener for sLINK and looking at the pricing. I'm just curious if you can explain the pricing on this chart that Dave has up and that I'm looking at. I don't know what that means, but when he says,
I think they're probably asking how is the price determined and what is it they're looking at. So
go into how you launched supply and a few others, so like people can get an idea.
So I did a standard pump fund launch on the pump fund platform. The benefit of that is like the cost is very minimal and the tokenomics is very simple and clear, and everybody trusts pump fund as a platform for launching a token in terms of the security of the token contract. So that's there. And then people bought into the token on the bonding curve. And then once the bonding curve finished, then it migrated onto pump swap DEX and is traded there. And the price that you're seeing is pretty much the sum of all the people that have bought sLINK and sold the sLINK, and the market decides what's the current fair price of the token.
That's correct, Cali Collector. It's currently a $351,000 market cap. You got it.
That's the market cap of all the tokens in circulation.
And to be clear, there's 500 million, there's $1 billion in total supply. When you launch on Pump, everything is distributed. But he actually bought the majority of the supply, but we locked up about $500 million, right, for at least 6 months. So now you're operating with 500 million pretty much as the actual supply in the immediate future. Sorry, this, I don't know why it's covering. In the immediate future. And, you know, he's giving out rewards to different people. And that's where kind of the ActionFi campaign comes in. But good questions. I feel like that pretty much answered it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, bro.
He seems pleased with the answer.
That's good. Let's go. You're welcome.
Maybe you mentioned
also, I'm going to take Nunu up on her offer here.
What is her offer?
I'm taking everyone to the Maldives when we hit 100 mil market cap. Yeah, Nunu.
Don't listen to that one. That one is delusional. She's delusional.
She's crazy.
She's delusional. Delusional is the next level of crazy, right?
Yeah.
But
hey,
you need a delusional community for a project to really kind of hit the heights.
That's it. So, it's true. You need some crazies, and those crazies are top holders at the end of the day, you know? So Nunu, don't forget the little people, right? Me and Magic want to come with you to the Maldives, so please take it. Yeah, please. Love that.
But yeah, Dave, I was going to say, maybe we can go into the ActionFi campaign, because I think that would be really good for people to get to know about.
100%. I got a sample campaign up here so that people can get a really good look as to, so this is one that we did like within Tater, right? Like, but for Somnia, but I want people to see like what you're going to be seeing, kind of in in your own private dashboard. This is not going to be public, but this is where maybe let me kind of give some background in terms of what's the purpose of ActionFi, right? Like, and why are we actually doing this, right? So sLINK has essentially pledged 50 million sLINK tokens, right? And if you look at 50 million sLINK tokens at this kind of market cap right here, is between like $18,000 and $20,000 like USD in total rewards given the current market cap. Now, how does a campaign like this actually work? So for 30 days, and we're going to launch, like we're going to announce the actual launch date. Hopefully it's going to be sometime this week. It's going to be 30 days from that first day. And what you're going to do and what we're going to lay out in all of these different posts, and why I'm showing you guys this is what do you need to do roughly in order to be eligible to earn a share of those tokens, right? Or of that prize pool by the time the 30 days is over. And the purpose of this is to show you guys a previous campaign, just so you can see what kind of data we're going to have access to and what the difference is between ActionFi and InfoFi, because it is a world of difference. And Saeed, I just had an idea. Once this stream is over, we can do some clips, but we should also do like a clipping contest for some sLINK tokens as well. I feel like people would love that.
Sure. I'm down.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys know TatorTrader, right? Like Tater is your all-in-one crypto platform. Everybody has a Tater wallet. You just need to connect your X account, your Telegram, your Farcaster, or your WhatsApp, and you're good to go. Social login called embedded wallets. The second that somebody sends you money, right? So the second that Saeed sent VV Magic money, that created her account. Actually, no, I think I sent VV Magic money via Tater like months and months ago, but she probably hasn't checked it in like 17 years. But anyways, the accounts are created immediately and they're tied to your social account, right? Because you're connecting your X, your Telegram, or the like. Now, once you do that here, we get insight into everything, right? So we can see when you're posting, where you're posting, right? As long as obviously like you're tagging the right account so that we can obviously track what's going on. But the main part here is ActionFi means real on-chain actions, meaning if you're buying, if you're selling, if you're holding, if you're sending, if you're trading, we want to see real activity. And that's what an ActionFi campaign is going to be able to monitor, instead of just random posts being like, hey, this is sLINK. Look at this RWA play. Like, no. Like those days, Nikita killed those days. That's done. We've moved on from that. This is the next iteration and what is going to be really valuable for participants like sLINK, right? Like for players in this space like sLINK that are trying to do what they're trying to do. So I wanted to show you guys like what we have access to and the levels of actual data, right? So we're going to obviously set up the campaign on the back end, so you're going to be able to see, but this is essentially what ended up working out at the end of the campaign. But I want you guys to obviously see what is actually being utilized. So we're going to break it up into 3 tiers, right? There's going to be bronze, silver, and gold. We're going to set some initial requirements. You will not know what those requirements are. That is going to be for us to know and for you to find out at the end of those 30 days, because I don't want you gaming this. I want to be super clear. If you want to jump on this bandwagon with us and you want to be a part of this community, do so. You want to create content, by all means. If you don't, God bless. No problem. You don't have to, right? But just know that the people that are going to be contributing and showing up on a daily basis are going to be the ones that are going to get the lion's share of this distribution and this reward pool by the time we're done. And so you guys see like what we can actually see. The analytics are absolutely crazy, right? So again, we're going to break it up into tiers, and then we get to see, this is how in-depth this gets, right? We get to see engagement health, right? So like activity, who's been active versus inactive. And this is because you're linking your Twitter account, we get to see this stuff. If you're actually tagging sLINK in posts, we get to see this stuff. Did you actually show up one day on, one day off? Are you at risk of churning? Meaning like, are you just done? Did you just show up one day, make a tweet and then be finished? Did you churn? 3.5 days, you didn't do nothing. And it's like, okay, cool. We want consistency. Seeing people actually show up, post, buy, sell, trade, and be active on the platform while also pushing sLINK and obviously like the narrative that we have. And it's going to be, Saeed's going to be able to see all of this stuff. Again, this is not meant to farm. If you farm, Ninja Dev already has you beat. I'm telling you. If you're just going to be buying, selling, swap, thinking like, oh, I have so much trading volume, that's not what we want. It's not what we want. You're going to get flagged immediately, and I promise you, you will not end up in those tiers. So do not try and game this system. Don't do it, because we actually get to see who's at risk, who are the high risk, who are the farmers, who's clean, who's critical, who's flagged. And essentially, we ship this back to Saeed, and he says, okay, now that I have this data, I know who are the farmers and who are the real, like he has at least a better gauge as to who was the more authentic users that were here and actually pushing this forward from the beginning, right? And he gets to see the data and all these fancy little pie charts and all these crazy little numbers, right? So you get to see, look, rapid qualification speed, low token variety, micro volume transactions. Are they just doing, 50 cents or $1 swaps, right? And it's a full breakdown. So you get to see the full distribution of the actual quality of the users. We grade them for you and everything. So you get to see he's going to get to see all of this. Now,
can he see usernames or just wallets?
Nope. He cannot see usernames. User privacy and security is paramount for what Tater actually does. He does not get to see usernames at all. He's going to get to see essentially here. I'll show you guys so that you can see which one is it. Hold on. So that you can see what it actually looks like. Engagement. Dun, 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 dun. 3 users. Wait, I'll show you guys what he's actually. Oh, here you go. Right. So we get to see like who posted what. We can see the user. Just FYI, we can see the username like if you posted on X, right? But you won't see the username in the actual, what's it called? Like in the final numbers, like when he's actually calculating, like, how do I want to actually pay this out, right? He's not going to see, oh, it's this person, it's this person. There's just going to be monikers. Let me find it. Hold on. Give me 1 second so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So it's not just nonsense. Participants. Bum, 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 bum. Come on.
I didn't even realize it was so in depth, Dave. I didn't really dive into it. I mean, Ninja shared with me the access to it, but I didn't really go into the details. So,
Bro,
it's probably because there's no numbers there yet or something. That's probably why they're not popping out. But
yeah,
once it goes live, then I'm loving this
Yeah.
level of detail.
Exactly. So we're going to get to see usernames in terms of who did what where. But again, like I said, at the end, you're just going to see like a breakdown of this person was Twitter, this person, because you're tying your X account to it. Do you know what I'm saying? And by tying your X account to it, we obviously need to see who's doing what. You know what I mean? So this guy, this is what he did. Total of $85 in volume, 26 actions, was active for a day. Here's his quality score, right? Cool. Like now you have that insight, right? Like this doesn't exist currently out here. It genuinely does not exist. So now which tier does he qualify for based on the criteria that we set earlier? Qualified silver, right? This is how we get to break down all of this data and provide these clients, right? Like sLINK, the ability to actually see like what's what. This is going to be reward distribution. He's going to be able to obviously export everything. But there was one other, was it analytics or participants maybe? Hold on one second that I wanted to show you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Analytics maybe? Was it engagement? Where was it? Yeah, okay. So we get we give them access to see the calendar of actually all the posts as well. So if you're just going to post something that's just like, oh, like, you know, follow sLINK. Like it doesn't really like do much. But here we were able to see, oh, this person is using Tater to swap from Solana into, let's say, sLINK at this time. They did it here as well, because you can use Tater on the timeline to be able to transact. And that's what we want to incentivize, right? You don't have to just go into the platform, right? Like you guys see this, right? You don't have to just go into the platform and just do it from here. You're going to get way, way, way more credit if you actually like use the, if you use the timeline, right? Because I think it's going to be like, that's what we want, right? We want to push the social component, but we also want to push like the action and ActionFi and the on-chain piece. So I hope everyone kind of has a little bit of a taste. And Saeed, I want you to get in here, right? I want you to kind of test this stuff out, because I think it's going to be really important for you as we kind of like move along in this process to kind of define who's going to end up, or like how we're going to kind of categorize those different tiers.
For sure. This dashboard is going to be on one of my screens, and I'm going to be looking at it all day and testing it out. And yeah, I'm always going to be asking you and Ninja and the guys if there's any problems, any bugs or whatever, then we'll figure that out. And super excited to see the campaign going. And yeah, I think we'll get a good level of engagement, of participation, and hopefully we get the right type of people to get involved in the campaign too.
Agreed. And to everyone that is currently a Tater user out here, if you have TOTS, you guys know what TOTS are. They're just reward points for actually using the platform. You're going to have an advantage, right? Like, and especially if you have 500 TOTS or more. If you don't, I highly recommend go get those 500 so that you can mint your NFT. Those NFTs are going to be super limited, and you will have an advantage here. But again, you're not going to know the criteria. It's not going to be like, oh, how much do I get for swapping? How much do I get for doing it on the timeline? How much do I get for doing it on Telegram, right? What if I did it on WhatsApp? No. We want you to interact and be a part of this community and do things that you would normally do with your regular wallet, and just do it with sLINK and do it with Tater. It's that simple. You want to create content? Please create content. That would be phenomenal. And then and this is what I want to make super, super clear to everybody. When the campaign is finally over, right? I think it is in distribution. When the campaign is finally over, actually, no, it's actually here. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys this. When the campaign is finally over, you're going to get to, you're going to see here, there's an airdrops tab in your thing. Remember the good old days of airdrops? You don't have to do shit. You don't have to do anything. Once the campaign is said and done, and we've decided on who's actually going to fall into which category and which users fall into gold, silver, and bronze, the distribution is simple. We're taking the tokens from sLINK at the beginning. Those tokens are like, they're going to be here within the Tater platform. So the second it's done, distribution like this. You don't have to go claim anything. You don't have to do anything. and they're all going to be in your Tater wallet immediately. So it's really simple. Obviously, I have no airdrops here, but you'll be able to see live campaigns
Since
here.
you're
And
on you're on your account page, I think it'd be good to show people like what they can do with Tater on the dashboard, on the predictions, and maybe a little bit about points too. And
I like this. It's actually in the upcoming one. So we set up the campaign in the background. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I like it. I like it. But yeah, guys, like if you want, like go set up, or if you can, like go set up. All you have to do is just literally link your X. Which, by the way, if you have a small issue linking your X, we should have it resolved by the end of the day today. We just had a little bit, like a little bug yesterday. But you could do so many things here with Tater. Everything from funding your account with Apple Pay. You can swap across literally 24 different chains. And you could do it just by talking to Tater, right? Like all you have to do is talk to the potato, right? So I'm just like, hey, I want to swap my tokens. And he's going to ask me like, okay, like what do you want to swap? Partner dashboard, dismiss that. What do you want to swap, right? Like you'll see here, I could literally do this just by talking simple natural language, right? Or if you don't want that, you can use the UI here where it's like, just like using, let's say Uniswap, right? You want to trade, you just go here, you choose your chain. There's 24 different ones. I go to Solana, right? I want to swap into, let's say sLINK. I literally do this. I put $5 of Solana. I want to swap into sLINK. I hit buy. Look how simple this is, right? Bing, 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 bing. You're going to see the little pop-up that's going to come up here. Bam, done. This is your official on-chain transaction. You get to click this. It takes you directly to SolScan. It shows that your thing was confirmed, and you're good to go. And I just bought $5 worth of sLINK. This is what we want to reward. And don't forget, holders are going to be rewarded also. So if you actually swap from Sol into sLINK or from anywhere, you want to bridge. Let's just say I have money on Base, right? Or let's say maybe Polygon. I think I have some money on Polygon. Let's see. What do I got? I got.
You have way too many tabs open again.
What, am I freezing?
Yeah, your audio is good, but you keep freezing video.
It's hard to keep up with you, Dave. Once you get going, man.
Shit, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. I know. Sorry. All right, let me shut this stuff down. It's this. I think it's Zealous.
No,
it should be better now. Yeah?
Yeah. It's caught up with you. But I think maybe we should just see if anybody in the audience wants to ask anything about TatorTrader or the campaign or Vive Magic. If you got something also you want to add or ask about.
I see Nuno saying asking if you could show a demo on the timeline.
So of like Tater, yeah. Let's Magic.
So, yeah.
Let's pull up Magic's. That's what I was doing before. Let's pull up Magic's. Wait, I wasn't tagged in it, was I? So let me go to. You did it from the sLINK account or from the PSX account?
It's from my PSX account. I'm using Tater on my PSX account.
PSX. Okay, hold on. The search is terrible on Twitter lately, bro. It is so bad. Like no names come up. Like it's like the struggle is real.
I've noticed over the last few days. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So let me share the screen.
But yeah, I sent on the timeline too.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so people can see kind of like what happened. So PSX was like, oh, I'm going to send VV Magic some sLINK. So he writes, hey, Tater, you tag TatorTrader. Please send VV Magic 500,000 sLINK. Please help her with how to use Tater too. He goes, okay, help you get your 5,000 over to VV Magic. Just need one quick detail. Which blockchain should I send it on? He has to reply and say Solana, which he didn't, but he will do that now.
Let me do that.
Yeah, so guys, when you prompt Tater, just tell him, hey, you have to specify which user you want to send to, how much of the token you want to send, what the token is, and on what chain it is. As long as you meet those 4 pieces of criteria, tag Tater, tag the user, 5. Tag the user, the quantity, the token, and then which chain, because that's important. Tater, you don't want him sending, because there's a million different tokens out there, and you want to make sure that you're safe, secure, and everything else. This is exactly how you would do it. So PSX is essentially going to reply here and just say Solana, and then you'll see Tater reply in the comments as well and say, okay, got it, working on it, and then he'll send the confirmation right here, probably like within the comments within the next like 60 to 90 seconds or so. And then we're good to go. Voila. So it's, yeah. Sorry. I know. I'm going to go off on rants. You guys
I don't know how
me.
long you got this planned for, but I broke my fast with like water and dates and soup and stuff, but I'm starving, man. So
yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. We're pretty much, I mean, yeah, no, you're good. You're
Are we
good.
good? Are we good? And unless people want to ask me something specific, I'm happy to stay.
I mean, if there's other stuff, I mean, we could obviously always bring you back, but doesn't seem like anybody in the chat has any questions as of right now. I made a screenshot. I really want. Yeah, doesn't seem like anything right now. So go enjoy your go break your fast. Enjoy it, man.
Good to see you, bro, live for the first time. Good
Same.
to see you, Magic. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, and looking forward to the next one.
Nice to meet you, computers.
Let's go.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Awesome. Magic, I get going. You gotta like put the brakes on me sometimes. I lose it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you did what everybody asked.
Oh, that's
what
true.
Nuno asked. Yeah. You're okay.
Well, that's true. All right. Yeah, if anybody obviously has any questions or whatever, like definitely let me know or let us know. You guys know that
I'm gonna ask the most dumb question. You ready for it?
Hit me.
It's real dumb.
I love the dumb questions. My favorite.
I think I know the answer, but I want to ask because maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm like, what is the point of sLINK running a campaign through TatorTrader? Is it for marketing purposes, just to kind of get out there?
Yep, that's exactly it, right? Like, so why run an ActionFi campaign is to let more people know that this opportunity exists, that this token exists, right? By doing it on the timeline, incentivizing people to tell their friends and bring more people on, right? So Magic, like for me, I'm going to send like a bunch of like sLINK tokens out, right? Like to other people, right? Or maybe I send them a little bit of Solana so that I can bring them on. Or maybe I use my referral link and send it to my referral link in Tater and send it to my group chats and kind of bring them in here. Money attracts these things, right? Magic, can you send those sLINK to me? Yeah, exactly. See, these motherfuckers are thirsty, Magic. You got to be careful. People are going to be looking to get your 500,000 sLINK, but and look, 500,000 sLINK. Like people might be like, oh, what's 500,000 sLINK? It's $150, like at this market.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not like $5, Magic. He sent you $150. Yeah.
Dang, that was so nice.
Yeah. And he also sponsored the show. So shout out to Saeed, man. That's real. It was really, he's been super generous. Like, and I've known him for almost like a year and a half, 2 years, right? Like this is someone that, you know, has really helped me get into some of like the more, because like as a former, like as an angel investor, he's invested in so many deals. Like he's on a really, like, he's a good guy to know within your network so that, you know, like he knows the founders. He's put me in some really high level, like really high up conversations with some really impressive founders that have ended up like, you know, me getting some really great business. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to work with him again. And yeah, it's been amazing so far. So up, ladies and gents. Number go up.
So the question is, when would the campaign be ending if it starts tomorrow?
Yeah. So if campaign starts tomorrow, it'd be 30 days from tomorrow. And then we're going to do like a 7-day cooldown period. So we're going to do like 1 week right when the campaign is over so that we take the time to go back and review all of that data that I showed you guys so that me, Ninja, and Saeed can ultimately sit down and be like, okay, let's digest this. Let's see who really showed up. What do we want to weight the most, right? Is it somebody that bought and held for the full 30 days? Or somebody that was dollar cost averaging into sLINK, like, you know, every single day, like $50, $50 or whatever, right? Like we want to be able to weigh and review all of the different data points to see exactly like who falls into what tier. But it's going to be 30 days plus 7-day cooldown. Love that. Excited to work with Dave. Let's go, John. Love this. Let's go.
I'm excited to go with Nuno to the Maldives.
Me too, man. What the hell? You guys better take me with you, man. I need to go to the Maldives. Tell me that resort didn't look fire.
Yeah, it did.
My goodness. I'm watching. I mean, hold on. Maybe this is like a way to just like, hold on a second. Just look at this. This is so nice. Guys, this is why we need to make it in crypto. Okay. This is why right here.
Minus the running part. I'm not going to be doing that. If I'm
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I'm gonna do the hammock part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be on the hammock part, just like, yeah, just like, yeah. That's what I want to do. What was your last vacation? I can't even remember my last vacation. Did you go? Have you been like on vacation anytime recently?
Not recently. The last thing I did was, I mean, I went to Florida for my birthday, but it's not like I was on a beach. I was sweating my booty off at the parks, and it was hot. It was real hot.
Oof.
Probably like vacation was would have been when I went to Hawaii to Aulani, but geez, that's been
Years?
a year or two ago. Yeah.
That's still nice, man. I haven't been on like real vacay in like 4 or 5 years. It's kind of nuts. I know. Mind you, I was someone that was taking like 3 vacations a year. Like the second I got a whiff of the cold, poof, I was gone. Like Caribbean vacation, but I'm in the Dominican Republic for 3 weeks, you know? Like I'm out. But crypto doesn't let you leave, Magic. You can't leave. Once you're here, you're stuck. It doesn't let you go. But
isn't
you
that
get to
the whole
work from
point?
anywhere.
Is that you can,
Yeah.
can-
Actually, wait, no,
Oh,
I
you're
lied.
saying you can't you're saying you can't completely unplug, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
You can work from anywhere, but you can't completely unplug.
Yes. Actually, I lied. Remember, I went to Puerto Rico last year, if you remember.
I
did the
do
show
remember.
from
I was
Puerto
gonna bring
Rico.
that up, but I'm like, okay, maybe that was more work.
No,
thing.
no. I actually did. I went to Puerto Rico last year. So like that, I guess that counts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, I was supposed to go look at apartments, but I didn't really do that either because I just like being on the beach. I was just like, I'm not going to look for apartments. Fuck this. This is hell no. Like, what the hell? But yeah. Magic, don't forget that you have those 500,000 sLINK tokens, okay? Like, seriously.
You're gonna remind me, right?
Oh, yeah. See, here it comes. Here it comes. Because I don't have enough, right? For for me. Yeah. What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold on. I just got a tweet that said, what is this? Zyber announcements starts giveaway. What the hell? Oh my God. If anybody just saw that tweet that went out, that TG, that message that went out on the TG for Zyber. What is going on? Magic, we're getting rugged left and right out here. Finally, at least with sLINK, there's like real money behind something. You know what I'm saying? Like there might not be a shit ton of liquidity. You know what I'm saying? But people want to buy and sell a couple $100. Like you're good. You know what I'm saying? But I want people to be able to really, really earn on this. So I hope that you guys go sign up for Tater, link your accounts, and yeah, I hope you take part in this in this campaign because I just don't. I know in 30 days when there's going to be somebody that's like, hey, like what went on? Like, did you guys get rugged? And we say no, and this thing's at $1 million or $2 million market cap because we've really been pushing it. I guess we'll see. So bookmark this episode, and then yeah, we can go from there. Magic, when Maldives again? When's the Maldives trip?
I love that like your little speech ended right as the video ended as well. It was like it was almost timed.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
You see that? Magic, was that us? Like, did you see us in the video? Like we were walking. Like I could imagine us.
We call this manifestation, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like visualize and it will materialize. That's what I'm trying to do. We're gonna put it into the anyways. Hopefully. I want to be right there. I want that water. Give me that water. Doesn't it just look so peaceful and serene and nice?
It does. It really does.
I want to swim with some dolphins. Anyways, yeah, that's it. What do you got planned? You got a busy week coming up?
Today's usually my busiest day. I've got the Oasis tonight. Non-Fungible Wonderful is going to show up with new music. Get a little premiere. Yeah. So that'll be good. That'll be fun.
Did we inspire this with like Wave Wars? Like, did we like kind of like get it? All right. Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He's back.
I'm just saying. Let's go.
So yeah, all good. Just that and I'll be working away, but on a good trajectory.
Trajectory. Yeah. That's a tough word.
It is a hard word to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah, Nat says it all the time, but she says it like really. She's like trajectory, and I'm just like, how do you do that? Like I can't. But anyways, yeah, guys, don't forget to go check out the Oasis tonight. We have ATC at 5:30 Eastern, and also at 8 p.m. We have a space because we just got listed, because sLINK just got listed on this exchange called Grovex. We're doing a Twitter space with Grovex is hosting us on a Twitter space. So if you guys obviously want to do that, that's going to be live on my page as well. So definitely come check that out. That's going to be at 8 p.m. this evening. And then we can just all kind of file into the Oasis at 9 o'clock and play some trivia, bitches. Sorry, I curt. I know, my bad. Other than that, I think that's it. Great stream.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to the sLINK team. Shout out to Saeed. Thank you so much for obviously coming through. And obviously everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Go sign up for Tater. Go pick yourself up some sLINK. Again, NFA, yada, yada. You guys got to do all your homework. But again, my DMs are always open. If anybody ever has any questions about like anything, my DMs are 100% fully open. But that's it. 51. Next week is 52 weeks. I would have been 1 year with this crazy person on the other end of this camera. It's going to be 52 episodes.
We need like a cake to celebrate. That's like that's a really big accomplishment for us.
I am saying. Is there like, should we get like, is there like a special? Should we do something special? We should do like a special, like a rotating thing of guests. You know, like the 57 alarm will come back. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
you could unbox some ducks.
Finally, the ducks are gonna get unboxed. I like this. And you can finally do your Sora and give me your cameo. Yay. Your face literally was like, oh my God, it's so exciting. But that's it, guys. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. That's Magic Hour for the week. We'll see y'all later, man. Peace.
Bye.
The crypto magic hour. Feel the power. Counting coins as we print